At the end of a long work week, I love getting my friends together for dinner parties where we eat, drink, and be merry. But I've often wondered, what would it be like to throw a dinner party in a foreign city with nothing and no one to help me? This is RSVP Abroad, where I, Julie Bensman, will venture to unknown places with one goal, to throw an authentic dinner party in 48 hours. And I'm relying on you, the global social community, to help me do just that. Next stop, Istanbul, Turkey. Istanbul has been a city on many minds lately. Geographically, it is both valuable and vulnerable, sitting in a political hot zone. Culturally, it's a city divided between tradition and modernity. And from a culinary perspective, it is known as one of the world's most robust, dynamic, exciting food landscapes. I landed at Ataturk Airport, hungry to discover more. Riding into the city, I was excited to meet local travel writer and tour guide Sheriff Yenin in one of Istanbul's oldest and most traditional neighborhoods, Samatya.
Istanbul is such an old, beautiful place. The history of the city goes back to the Neolithic ages now with the most recent discoveries. So things are not changing much. There is a central area in here in which there are lots of fish restaurants, fish markets. In these traditional style neighborhoods, people know each other. It is like a family atmosphere and wonderful choices for fresh fish and kebabs and fried mussels and all different kinds of Turkish food.
Amazing. Where are we going to eat? I'm so hungry.
I have one very favorite place in here.
Okay.
The name of the place is Ahmet Baba's Place, and it's a very small, cozy, nice atmosphere. And nothing luxurious there, but the food is delicious.
That's great.
Sheriff's friend Banu joined us for meyhane, a long dinner with many small plates called meze. During the period of the Ottoman Empire, the number of meyhane increased considerably as merchants stopped to spend their time and money eating and drinking in seaside cities.
It should be with people you know, and you talk about politics, history, many different kinds of things. But after you drink more and more rakı, then the topic gets deeper and deeper.
This isn't New York City, where bustling restaurants attempt to turn tables 4 times in a given evening. Meyhane, it's synonymous with loitering, relaxing with friends while the courses roll out and the hours roll on. My kind of dinner party.
How many dishes in total in a typical?
There's no number, but usually maybe 8 cold mezes and then 3 hot mezes.
Banu offered to take me to Katakoy Market the next morning to shop around. I gratefully accepted. I woke up early to do a quick check of my social media feeds. Katakoy Market was a really popular suggestion. As we crossed the Bosphorus, Sheriff and Banu explained that Istanbul is the only city in the world split between 2 continents, Europe and Asia. The market is a narrow street filled with an eclectic mix of shops selling fruits, vegetables, pickles, roasted nuts, olive oils, and so much more. Friendly shop owners even bring out the ever-present Turkish tea, which I happily sipped while Banu and I continued to shop.
We have dinner for 20 people and our guest count is 6. Sheriff, you're hosting?
Yes.
Banu, you're helping me cook?
Yes, definitely.
I'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Great.
After a long day shopping, I was in the mood to tuck into some local Turkish wines. And so I had a date with my social media friend Borche, a food blogger who pulled out all the stops for my second night in town. Neo-local chef Maksut Ashkar shut down the restaurant for us, serving up bespoke local dishes paired with his favorite Turkish wines.
All local ingredients and all traditional techniques presented in a contemporary way, so it's all
The
local.
plating is so beautiful.
Because it's in between. It's haute cuisine, but it's haute cuisine that you can reach
So
and feel
beautiful.
comfortable. It's a very young republic, only 100 years old. So do you like this sparkling wine?
I love
wine?
this sparkling wine.
This is from Emir grapes, also local grapes.
Historians can trace wine production in Turkey back thousands of years and believe that the southeast region was actually the origin of grape cultivation. Commercial winemaking, however, didn't really take off in the country until the 1920s, which is why these newly discovered local varieties are some of the wine world's best-kept secrets.
The beginning of winemaking is Anatolia, Caucasia up north, and Persia. More than 3,000 years, maybe. Still, in the museums in Ankara, they found a cup with the leftovers of wine from 2,500 years ago.
Wow.
So we were the beginning, but then the wars and differences and the religion, and then winemaking moved up to Greece and then Europe. The homeland of grape is also Anatolia. We have grapes that globally, recognized, and Turkish winemaking progressed a lot in the last 5 years.
A few bottles deep, Borce and I decided a local narince would be perfect to serve at the dinner. These are the delicious extremes when it comes to eating in Istanbul. One night, a traditional meyhane, the next, progressive contemporary dining. Collectively, they represent not only the city's culinary past and present, but also reflect the range of cultural, political, and religious views that exist in this international city today. In definite need of some strong coffee the next morning, I met up with architect and historian Dr. Nihal Bursa to learn more about this country's deep-rooted coffee history.
We have our breakfast just for having coffee. It has its own decorum in Turkey, in our culture, and it dates back to the Ottoman times. You sit with your friend and chat and talk about your life, and you have some delights, and you enjoy this.
Nihal explained how Turks read their fortunes from grounds left in their coffee cups.
This is your story. You read it inside of the cup. This is real enjoyment of having a Turkish coffee.
And you read it on the inside of the cup?
Yes, you read it inside of the cup, and you read, some people read the saucer also. They pour the residue here, like this, and then your story continues on the surface of the saucer.
Nihal said that the grounds in my coffee cup showed a good fortune for tonight. And with that, I had all I needed to go home, clean up, and meet my new friends for what was sure to be a long night of eating and drinking. Sheriff offered to host the party at his office, and I arrived early to help Banu prepare some of the dishes for the meyhane. Borce showed up later with more wine than we could possibly drink, though we certainly intended to try. It was a fantastic evening of meze, wine, rakı, and great conversation filled with the true spirit of Turkish culture.
Something's boiling here. This is the chef Rudolf told me here that there is something cooking in Istanbul, and everyone's focusing on the gastronomy, which is evolving in Istanbul now. We have good, relatively young chefs. They are cooking contemporary Turkish cuisine, but not Turkish. When they say Turkish, they refuse. They say local. When they local, they embrace all the culture and all the history throughout like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 years. Even we were. Like 10 years ago, nobody knows about those cheese. Like our chef friends like Burak and Tülin send you this cheeses. They were from Erzurum, Erzincan, Elazığ, all, and Kars. And Kars Graveyard, they were like, we didn't even know what we have. Everyone was like buying the European cheese. Now we know what we have, and we have more than 100 types of cheese.
It's ironic that just as the world is turning a perhaps pessimistic eye towards Istanbul, there's a concentration of passionate locals who are discovering, embracing, and celebrating the wonderful produce and people that have made it the vibrant city it is today.
The Turks originally lived in Central Asia, and we had very nomadic lifestyle. We didn't know much about settled life. Yeah. So once we came here to Anatolia, starting from the 11th century, we claim we conquered Anatolia. Actually, physically, it is true. But on the other hand, we were conquered culturally. We learned how to live settled life from all those earlier cultures of Anatolia. One of the most wonderful things that the Turks did or didn't do was that when they came to Constantinople, they didn't kill the people here. rather than killing them, they mixed with them. That was the most wonderful thing. We didn't demolish the buildings, we just converted some of them into mosques, and we mixed with the earlier culture. We had respect for all the other religions, so it has been one of the most wonderful things in our history afterwards.
The origins of hospitality would probably be coming from our nomadic origins, because in such a life you start from zero each time. You move to a new place, and in order to survive there, you need to help each other, you need support from other people. So I think this comes from that. This is, in a way, it is embedded in our cells and DNA.
It is so easy to be a tour guide in Turkey because of hospitality. You know, I've been doing this guiding work for more than 25, 27 years and so on. On our tours, I go all over Turkey. And our guests, mostly from North America or so on, love new discoveries.
The food of Istanbul is sophisticated and rooted in tradition. The people of Istanbul are both respectful and resilient, and one hopes that the future of Istanbul will be both strong and peaceful.
Thank you for helping me throw this dinner party in 48 hours. It wasn't easy, but it was certainly fun, and I really appreciate you showing me the true value of Turkish hospitality. Şerefe.
Şerefe.